Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Darian Alexandra Fordham, and today we're going to go over Vince Staples' Big Fish Theory. It finally dropped. Now, I'm a huge fan of Vince Staples. I first discovered him. A$AP Rocky put me hip because I went to the A$AP Rocky concert, and Vince Staples opened up for him. And I did not know any Vince Staples songs. I've never heard of Vince Staples. But when he performed, like, I was really digging his music. So then after the concert, that's when I became a huge fan. And then now I wish that Vince Staples would come back so I can come see him. But unfortunately, he comes back whenever I'm not in town. So the first song on the album is Crabs in the Bucket. Now okay, before I get started, I just wanted to say how the album is called Big Fish Theory. All the songs, there is like, it's a repeated pattern, like a motive of the sea, of fish, crabs, rain, and sharks and stuff. And like, this is like a metaphor for his life. And Crabs in the Bucket, the first verse is about the crabs in the bucket mentality that he talks about on, I believe, Summertime '06. You guys should definitely go listen to that. But the crabs in the bucket mentality is basically, just imagine like a bucket full of crabs and they're all trying to get out at the top, but they're climbing all over each other. And like, none of them are getting out. They're just knocking each other down while trying to get to the top. That's basically what he's talking about. There's people in the industry that will step all over each other trying to get out and trying to be the most successful person, but they all end up unsuccessful. And then the second verse goes into, so the first verse describes that mentality. The second verse talks about how it relates to the black community and how, like, Vince talks about how he dresses in like these nice clothes, but like the police still look at him as what he is, like a black man, and he still faces racism no matter how successful he gets. So the second song is one of the singles released on the album. It had like an early release. It's called Big Fish. And this is an upbeat song. It has a whole bunch of West Coast influence. You could tell, like, when you listen to Vince Staples, you can tell he's from California. Vince Staples grew up in a neighborhood that is heavily influenced by gangs. And many people just fall into that same cycle of being in a gang and the cycle of poverty and so and so. But Vince, you know, he took a different path out to success, and he talks about that road to success that he took and how he's the big fish. He's up there eating, you know, getting money and stuff, and like getting out of that. And then there's people who are trying to weigh him down, and they can be depicted as the sharks. And the video was released for this as well, and like, in the video, he's in a boat that's like halfway sunken, and like it's in shark infested waters. So yeah, he's like the big fish in town. The next song goes into Alyssa's interlude. Now, I love this song. I really do. Because, first of all, I love Amy Winehouse. And at the beginning of this interlude, Amy Winehouse is speaking about the pros and cons of love. This is a very sad interlude. I'm guessing Alyssa was a friend of Vince Staples, like a childhood friend, and I guess he loved her, but she passed away. He was talking about how he had resentment of some sort because of her death, and he misses her, and he wished it would rain to like hide his sorrow, to hide his tears. And it also samples the Temptations, which their song also talks about how they wish it would rain to hide the tears in their eyes. So then the album goes into Love Can Be, and it basically, he's saying love can be disheartening. And okay, y'all, Ray J is on this song, and if you guys watch Vince Staples interviews like I have, I've watched all of them. He thinks Ray J is like the root of pop culture today. He said everything in pop culture today ties back to Ray J, and I think it's so funny because I don't agree, but like, to him it makes sense, and it's so funny, and it's crazy how he has him singing on this song. But he's basically saying love can be disheartening because in this industry, girls really only want him for his money and not like for real love. So he's gonna put it on the back burner. But then later in the album, he says he has a girlfriend, so I don't know. My favorite song on the album is 745. Now, 745 is some type of BMW. I guess it's a 2000 model, but he's saying that he's riding around in 745. I'll pick you up at 745. And it's just to this girl. Honestly, I listened to the song a few times. I can't tell if it was good or bad. According to Genius.com, it's a bad thing. Like, I just don't understand. That's a question to ask for Vince. He answers questions on Twitter. I mean, if you're lucky enough to get a response. So ask him about 745 because I honestly don't know. It's just about a girl who's riding around in a Beamer. Then he goes into Ramona Park is Yankee Stadium. Now this song, I didn't even realize it was sung. I listened to this album a million times. Well, like maybe 10 times. And this whole time, like, I'm thinking this song was a part of, like, other songs. I don't know. But you can't, this song is, like, less than a minute. And he is really loud noises, like, that you hear, like, on the street or in the park or something. And then he's like mumbling under the beat. Like, you cannot tell it's the song. This song implies, it says Yankee Stadium. And so there's a certain gang in California that wears a certain type of color, and then they wear these Yankee hats to represent that they're in that type of gang. Vince Staples has always talks about how heavily influenced his neighborhood was by this gang, and he might have had affiliation with this gang. And yeah, so he's just saying it looks like a Yankee Stadium because, like, you know, Yankee Stadium is full of what? Yankee hats. What do they wear? Yankee hats. Yeah, right. Talks about people who flex, and, like, he's just saying yeah, right to them because they're lying. They just want a certain type of lifestyle and want to portray them as themselves as having that lifestyle, and they don't. Then it goes into homage, and this it has something to do with Rick Ross, some type of influence on Rick Ross' song, which Genius says is hence why it's called homage, and it's basically saying he's on the come up. Then it goes into Samo. Okay, so Samo, so Basquiat had a tag that spelled out S-A-M-O, Samo, and it's rumored to be because Basquiat smokes a lot of weed, and, like, he was with his friend, and they named the strain of weed, like, same old thing. So he's basically talking about his life and the culture of where he, like, grew up, in which is gang banging and violence, and, like, it's like the same old thing to him. It was, like, repetitive. And he also talks about, you guys should listen to Nate. If you guys are gonna listen to, okay, he has Summertime '06. Shoot, why is his other album on the mixtape? Oh, I think it's Health and Weight. One of those, it has Nate on it. Nate is about his father, and you guys should definitely listen to that. Listen to Screen Dough, and they'll tell you all about like, his father and his father's position in his life, because his father used to sell drugs, and, like, he used to have people coming in and out of his house looking for drugs, and his mom didn't like it. It wasn't good on Vince, but yeah, his dad was in and out of jail and stuff, but yeah, you guys should definitely look into that story. But this is what this is basically about. Like, that, just like, it was like repetitive, and but now he's grinding, and he wants to help his loved ones and his family and get them, like, to level up with him. Then it goes into Party People, yeah, Party People. Dun, 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 dun. This is actually a really sad song because it's really about how Vince Staples, like, he has anxiety and depression and, like, suicidal thoughts, but then it's mixed with this upbeat, like, let's go party type of vibe. I really like it. It was clever. And then it goes into Bag, and it's basically talking about police brutality and racism, and how he wished there was more representation of black people in the White House. He said Obama wasn't enough. It was just a start. He wants to see, like, more black people working White House. And so, yeah, shout out to Vince being woke. And then it goes into the last song, which is Rain Come Down. And it talks about, you know, where he grew up, once again, his neighborhood. And, like, once again, it was what? Violence. In the rain, Genius says, represents the bullets, or in the last verse it could represent the money falling at the strip club when he was talking about a certain type of girl. But yeah, he also has a video for that, and shout out to him for the Sprite, because he's like a spokesperson for Sprite, so he has a Sprite bottle in his video the whole time. I don't drink pop, so if I did, it would have made me go grab a Sprite. Shout out to him for endorsing that. I really like this album. I mess with Vince Staples so heavily, and one day I'll sit down and talk to him. That he talks a lot. He says he doesn't talk. He says he's quiet, but he talks a lot in interviews. And I would just one day I want to just sit and like have him just talk, ramble on me, because like everything he says is amusing. I really love him so much. I do so much. But yeah, you guys should get hip to him because y'all really aren't. He has Kendrick on this album, like Dallas Sign. He's heavily influenced by Snoop, Dr. Dre, like all those West Coast guys. And yeah, so get hip to him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some type of peak in his career sometime soon, because he really is. I'm sorry I didn't listen to Prima Donna, but I do mess with his Summertime 06 and Help Can Wait. So yeah, that was my album review on Vince.